Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Just chilling at the house, waiting to go back to the gym tonight.
Right on, right on. So I'm catching you in between sessions, huh?
Yeah, man. I get a few hours a day at the house. I go train in the morning, then take a few hours off, and then go right back each night.
So no matter when we're getting an interview in, it's always in between training sessions then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. So how was the wedding? I saw you got married, tied the knot. How was that?
Yeah, man. It was awesome. I had a blast.
Congratulations, by the way.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, I had a blast. We had a real nice ceremony and everything. My old lady, she picked the spot up in the mountains, so it was a real nice wedding. Didn't
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
it didn't cost me too much either, so I'm happy about that.
Very cool, very cool. I bet you're real glad about that, huh?
Yeah.
Did you go on a honeymoon yet?
Nah, man, we're gonna wait and do it after the first of the year. We really haven't picked a spot yet.
I was gonna say, is that where you're gonna spend the money at on the honeymoon?
Oh no, I'll probably spend a little bit, but not too much. I gotta try not to spend too much on the honeymoon.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no idea where you're still. That's still up in the
Yeah,
air.
man, it's still up in the air. She was thinking about like Cozumel or what? No, Cancun or something like that. But I don't really know. It's really just up to her, I guess.
Oh, okay. You're gonna let her decide, huh?
Yeah, I
What a gentleman.
yeah, it don't really make a shit to me as long as we get to go do something, get away from the kids for a little bit. I'm good to go.
Okay. Were the kids in your wedding?
Yeah, yeah, all three of them were. I've got two little girls, with my ex, so they're her stepdaughters, and then I got a little boy with my wife now. So yeah, all three of them were in the wedding, and they all three loved it.
I saw your little boy hitting you with some stiff combos the other day on Facebook. That was adorable, my man.
Man,
But he packs a punch though. Look
yeah,
like.
he's bad as shit. I've had him shit since before he was a year old. I've had him, getting him to punch people, hit people with stuff, and now it's kind of coming back on me. He can actually make you feel it now.
Yeah, it looked like you could feel some of those for sure.
Yeah,
Was that your wife recording you guys?
yeah, yeah. She loves
What
that
does she
shit.
think about it?
She loves it. As long as he's not hitting her, she don't care.
Okay, okay. You don't think it'll be a problem down the road?
Oh yeah, for sure. If he's anything like me, he's gonna get in trouble and shit. But I know one thing: he's not gonna get picked on. So
There you go.
that's
There
the
you
that's
go.
the main thing that I was going for. I don't want him to be a bully or nothing, but I don't want him to get bullied either.
Just be able to defend himself, right?
Yeah, just as long as he's not bullying kids, I'm good with it. I don't want it to be to the point to where, somebody's picking on him at school and then he has to come home and cry to me about it. He comes home crying to me about somebody picking on him. I'm gonna let him know you better go your ass back to school and handle business. But
Is that the Mississippi way?
yeah, man, that's how I grew up. If my mom always told me you better not start nothing, but if somebody starts something with you, you better damn sure finish it. And that's how I always did.
That's crazy that it's your mom saying that. Usually it's the dad that would say something like that, but you must have a real tough family if it's your mom.
Yeah, man. None of us play any kind of games. If you mess with one of us, you got to mess with all of us. So, that's the way it always was. If some girl messed with me and my sister didn't like it, my sister was trying to whoop her ass. If some guy messed with one of my sisters, I was trying to whoop their ass. And my big brother, he was the same way.
Oh, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Well, man, your last fight was just as exciting as always. I know it didn't go your way, but you showed you're a dog, and I just couldn't believe some of those shots you were walking through, man. But I noticed afterwards, I think it was a week later, you were supporting your teammate Brandon Davis at the Contender Series fights, and I saw in an interview you mentioned that you talked to Ricardo Lamas' dad afterwards. Tell me about that experience talking with him and what you took away from it.
Yeah, man. I wasn't really very upset about the loss. Maybe a few seconds after the fight, I was just kind of upset that they stopped it. I wanted to at least make it to that next round and, get a chance to recover and fight some more. Well, afterwards, I was telling Ricardo Lamas, like in the ring, I was like, man, I have more in me. I was good, and which really now that I look back and watch, what all I got hit with that I didn't know I got hit with. I wasn't good, but at the time in my head, I was good to go. So I told Ricardo, I was like, look, man, I was good. I had more in me. He's like, man, I know you did. And then he puts his arm around me and he points up at the big screen. He's like, man, look where you're at. Look at all these fans right here. He said, you're 25 years old. He said, think about it, man. You've got a whole lot of time left ahead of you. He said, you're going to be a legend in this sport. I was like, hell yeah, man. That made me feel better already. Well, then later that night, I met Ricardo Lamas downstairs in the lobby of the hotel, and I asked him, if he wanted to take a shot. And when I walked down, he had a shot, already poured up for me and everything. So I took a shot of his liquor. He took a shot of mine. And right after all of that happened, I see his dad standing over there. His dad walks up and talks to me. He said, man, he said, I'm sorry about the loss. He says, but I'm glad it happened to you instead of Ricardo. He said, you look at it like this. You got to think of it like this. He said, that loss for you, he said, it was nothing. He said, you're 25 years old. You've got a lot of time left in this sport. You're just now getting started. He said, a loss like that for Ricardo Lamas, he said that loss would have been devastating. He said it could have been something that, almost ended his career. Because if you lose to a number 15 guy when you're number 3, you're already 35. You've already had a title shot once. If he would have lost to me, he probably would have never seen the opportunity for another title shot. That would have probably ended his run right there. And then for me to lose, I didn't even lose a spot in my rankings or nothing. It really didn't hurt me at all. If anything, I look at it like it helped me. It taught me a few things, and then at the same time, it showed the world, like you said, it showed them how much grit I have, how much heart I have, and it showed them that I've got one tough ass chin, and I'm not to be taken lightly because I'm not going to quit.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the rub in MMA in UFC? Sometimes, like you said, a 15th ranked fighter will fight like a number 2 or 3 guy, and they might not win the fight, but they get the rub, and afterwards it's kind of like bumps or boosts their fan base, but also the fighter as well. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I definitely think that was a good fight for me. Even though I lost, it was a hell of a learning experience. I've gotten away with making mistakes, in the past. I've always gotten away with that because I've got a tough ass chin, and I can get hit with hard shots, because I've got my hands down and get away with it. Well, Ricardo Lamas, he showed me that at that level, you can't be out there getting caught with your hands down. You can't be just taking these big shots on the chin, and I think that at that level, you got to be damn near flawless. You can't be making all those mistakes. And I believe that going forward, I'm going to do a lot better, as far as trying not to make so many mistakes and, leaving my hands down and just trying to rely on my chin so much.
So we talked a little bit, or I mentioned a little bit about Brandon Davis being on the Contender Series, but he ended up earning a spot in the UFC, and you were there for that in his corner. What was that like to see your teammate get a spot in the UFC?
It was awesome. After the Chad Skelly fight, I called it. He's been my striking coach for the last almost 2 years now, and I just knew that it's inevitable. It's just a matter of time before he makes it there, because this is a guy that he either beats me up in the gym or gives me hell constantly, and it's just a thing that he didn't have enough wins on his record. After he tacked on a few more wins, the UFC was going to pick him up. And just to go out there and watch it all unfold and, watch him, get to show Dana White and them what he was made of, that was awesome. As he's getting ready to walk out to the cage, I seen Dana White and them sitting over there in their chair. I said, hey, Dana, keep your eyes open. We're gonna show you, we're gonna show you what Mississippi's all about. And then after the fight, I looked over at Dana. I said, so how about the Mississippi boys, Dana? And you could tell that he was pretty excited about the fight. And now Brandon's gonna be fighting. I want to say it's January 22nd. He's gonna be fighting in Boston. So he's fixing to get his first actual big show, and I can't wait to be there. If I've got to pay for it myself, I'm gonna be there. But I'm gonna try to talk to UFC into get me out there on their own, so that way I get a free ride to go watch my buddy fight.
Absolutely. There you go. I love it, man. Well, I know you're just a few days out from the fight, but I'm curious if you're a fight fan, and if you are you going to be watching the fights this weekend?
Yeah, man. Think about trying to go to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something with my family, so that way, every time you do it at your house, it winds up a big ass mess that nobody stays around to clean up. So try to get
Yeah.
everybody to go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. But yeah, I definitely want to watch them. A lot of the guys that are fighting are there in my division, and they're guys that I look forward to hopefully getting to that level and competing with them soon.
Do you usually have people over to watch the fights at your place whenever there's a fight?
Yeah, man. Way too often. We all come over here, and even if I can't drink, somebody's drinking, leaving beer bottles, beer cans, and shit laying around, and then eating and leaving stuff all over the place, and then everybody just dips out after the fights are over, and me and my wife are stuck cleaning it up.
Well, that sounds like a good time for everybody else, though.
Yeah, man. We all. It doesn't matter. If I get drunk with them, I don't really. It doesn't really bother me that bad. But if
Right.
I'm not drinking and they're all making a mess and shit, then nah, I'm good.
At your house.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, you got to convince them to go over to Buffalo Wild Wings this time, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Something.
Which fight are you looking forward to most?
Man. Honestly, that probably gonna be that Max Holloway auto too. It's I think it's gonna be a good fight. I believe Max Holloway is gonna shut him down again, but I would like to see that. And then I think Francis Ngannou is fixing to knock Overeem out. I think
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think that's a good one to watch. Francis Ngannou, man, I fought on the same card as him a couple times, and you wouldn't think that guy's gonna go out there and release what he does, but like when you meet him in person, he's such a cool, nice
Yeah.
guy, like a big ass teddy bear. But then whenever you see this guy out there fighting, he's a damn animal, man. So I'm excited to see him go out there and get his hand raised too. So as far as the Jose Aldo Max Holloway fight, I think Max is just gonna pretty much do the same thing as last time. It's gonna be a lot of the same. They're both gonna be real good and technical, and then Max is gonna shut him down before it's over with. Because I mean, if you see, since USADA came in, Jose Aldo, he's really not the same fighter that he was. That's the same with a lot of the Brazilians. Since all the drug testing and getting, done away with the HGH and stuff like that, they're really just not. They don't really have the same steam that they once had.
So do you think Aldo was a potential user?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I think it could have been. Because the guy went fucking unbeatable for years and years, and for so many fights, he was just unstoppable. And then after USADA came in, he gets knocked out by Conor McGregor. Then you turn around and gets beat by Max Holloway, and he's just slowly but surely kind of falling off. And I mean, I don't get me wrong, I'm still a big ass fan of Jose Aldo. I've always loved to watch him work, but I think that he's definitely a lot more beatable these days than he used to be.
So I'm curious who you have in the Alvarez and Gaethje fight.
Man, I talked to somebody about this the other day. I've got to go with Justin Gaethje just because, I think he's a lot more like me. He's a dog. He wants to get out there and grit his teeth and fight his ass off. But Eddie Alvarez does the same. But I think I think Justin Gaethje, he's gonna come out there and fight harder. He's gonna want it more. But at the same time, I think that Eddie Alvarez, I think he's a little more, more of a technical fighter than a brawler. So he's got the chance of playing it smart and winning the fight. But, I would love to see Justin Gaethje just go out there, grit his teeth, and go to war. And, anybody wants to see that kind of fight. And that's what Justin Gaethje does. He doesn't care if he gets hurt. He's going to keep coming. And, I think that's a real fun fight to watch. So hopefully he'll get his hand raised.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a war no matter what with those two.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Eddie Alvarez, he's not a punk, so he's not going to go out too easily. And Justin Gaethje, you can tell that, you got to damn near kill him to make him stop.
Well, back to your fight, man. You're the co-main event this time on FS1. How does it feel to be in that spot?
Man, it's pretty cool. I would like it, to be my name up there on that poster, my face up on that poster. But, I haven't quite got there yet. But, it's just a matter of time before I'm in that number one spot. I'm the main event instead of co-main. But, it's pretty cool to see myself gradually stepping up, as far as, publicity-wise, I guess you could say, or as far as getting higher and higher on the card and stuff like that. But
you're just overall notoriety.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that I think it's going to be a tough fight. Gabriel Benitez, he's tough. He's going to be a game opponent. So I'm been training my ass off. I'm ready to go. Just ready to go out here and get in that cage, let him shut the door, and put in some work.
There you go. So I know you're always looking forward to the fight itself, but what do you like heading into the fight week most, or what are you looking forward to most besides the actual fight?
Man, just getting to California, getting away for a little while. Fight week, usually the training slows down. I don't have to beat my body up so bad. And I really look forward to getting weigh-ins done and over with, getting weigh-ins done and over with, and then go eat a big-ass steak or something like that,
There you go.
I don't really diet all that much, but I do try to, once I get a little closer to the fight, try not to eat so much garbage, because I eat horrible. I eat pizzas and McDoubles and, shit like that, fried chicken, stuff like that. But, once I get a little closer to fight week, I try to, mainly eat home-cooked meals and try not to be so bad. But once it gets, a couple days out, then I got to be real careful what I eat, make sure I drink a shit ton of water, and be ready for that weight cut. And, once that's done and over with, then it's a big nasty-ass meal of steak and French fries and whatever else I can shove in my mouth, and then get fight,
Have you ever thought about getting a nutritionist or that life of making meals easier for you?
Nah, man, I would never listen to him. I eat very, very few vegetables, and that I'm such a picky eater that there's not a whole lot of shit that a nutritionist would pick out for me that I would actually eat. So I've never really had a bad problem with weight cuts. I've always made the weight easy. So I just eat what I want, and it doesn't really slow me down in training or anything like that. So I eat what I want. And then, once I get closer to the fight, kind of slack off on, the bullshit and drink more water and be ready to go whenever it's time to cut weight.
Impressive, my man. Impressive. Well, Jason, it was awesome to speak with you as always, my man. I appreciate you making time in between your sessions for us. Like I said, I know you're always in between a session, but I always appreciate your time, my man.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you having me. I enjoyed the show, and I hope you have a good day.
You too, brother. Hey, guys, tune in December 9th. Your man, Jason the Kid Knight, will be on FS1 Live.